In life, we all face moments when the sting of words or actions cuts deep. But how do we truly respond in those defining moments? Do we react out of hurt? Or do we pause and choose peace? Welcome to Inner Stillness. In today's video, we'll dive into the powerful lessons of President Ronald Reagan, whose words on life and leadership still resonate today. But beyond the politics, we'll explore something far deeper: how our inner world shapes our outer responses. How do we handle the chaos around us without letting it disturb the calm within? Together, let's discover the power of mindful responses and the art of maintaining peace amidst the storm. 1. Advice on handling emotional words. President Ronald Reagan once said, "The best way to deal with stress is to remain silent and smile." This simple yet profound advice holds a deep truth. Sometimes, silence is not a sign of weakness, but rather the most powerful response we can offer. In a world where we are often encouraged to defend our opinions and engage in debates, silence can be the most effective way to maintain our inner peace and respect for others. When faced with negative words or criticism, reacting impulsively can lead to unnecessary arguments and conflict. It's easy to lose control and let our emotions dictate our responses, ultimately pulling us into a spiral of negativity. In modern society, we often find ourselves quick to respond to perceived insults, especially when we feel attacked. But if we can learn to stay silent and composed, we will find that this is often the best way to protect ourselves from negativity and maintain our dignity. I'd like to share a personal story with you. There's a colleague of mine who always worked hard and stayed focused on his tasks. One day, he received criticism from another coworker about how he was doing his job. Instead of reacting defensively or trying to justify himself, he simply smiled and continued with his work. His silence didn't make him weak, it was a quiet strength that spoke volumes. Over time, the colleague who had criticized him began to recognize his professionalism and dedication. Eventually, they became close friends, and the respect between them grew deeper. This story shows us that the power of silence and composure is a formidable tool in dealing with stressful situations. When you don't allow negative words to affect you, not only do you protect your own peace of mind, but you also earn respect from others. Silence, in this sense, is not surrender but a declaration of strength and maturity. It is an opportunity for those around you to recognize the value of calmness and emotional resilience. 2. The importance of self-confidence. Ronald Reagan once said, "Without confidence, you're like a bird without wings." These words carry a profound truth. Confidence is the force that propels us forward. That allows us to rise above the noise of the world and the harshness of criticism. Confidence is not just an external display, but a quiet, powerful force within that shapes how we experience life and how we navigate its challenges. I remember a time in my life when criticism was a constant companion. People I respected, even those I thought of as friends, would question my choices and my path. Their words were sharp, filled with doubt and judgment. But in those moments, I realized that what truly mattered was not their opinion, but my own belief in myself. I chose not to let their words define my worth. I chose to stand firm in my own vision, even when the world seemed to question it. Self-confidence is not about avoiding doubt or imperfection. It's about embracing them and still believing in your ability to overcome them. It's the quiet assurance that, no matter what others say, you are enough. You have the strength within you to face whatever comes your way. And you have the courage to remain true to your path, even when it's difficult. When you cultivate true self-confidence, you stop seeking validation from the outside world. You no longer feel the need to defend yourself or explain your choices. You know that your value is intrinsic, not based on the approval of others. Confidence is the inner strength that allows you to hold your ground in the face of challenges. And it's the foundation of resilience. When you trust in yourself, nothing, no matter how harsh or painful the criticism, can shake your belief in who you are. 3. The power of silence and reflection. One of the most profound points that Reagan shared was, when you speak, you only repeat what you already know. When you are silent, you have the opportunity to learn something new. This serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of listening rather than always speaking. In life, many of the challenges we face can be resolved not by reacting impulsively, but by taking a step back to observe, listen, and reflect. I remember a time when I attended a heated meeting where everyone was debating a contentious issue. The room was filled with strong opinions, and the conversation was becoming more and more intense. Instead of jumping in and contributing to the noise, I decided to remain silent and simply listen. After a while, I realized that a solution had been overlooked simply because everyone was too focused on their personal views. The ability to stay silent and listen allowed me to not only identify the missing piece of the puzzle but also build trust with those around me. Silence is not a sign of weakness, it is an invitation to observe, to learn, and to understand. When we remain silent, we give ourselves the space to absorb new perspectives, to reflect on what others are saying, and to understand the nuances that might otherwise be missed in a rush to speak. The ability to listen deeply can be a transformative tool in both personal and professional life. It shows others that you value their thoughts and opinions, and it strengthens your own understanding and decision-making. 4. Life advice. Ronald Reagan once said, "Your life will be defined by what you do today." This statement carries a weight that reaches far beyond a simple call to action. It reminds us that we hold the power to change our lives in our own hands, through our choices and actions in the present moment. The past, with all its mistakes and regrets, cannot be altered, but what we do today is the foundation upon which our future will be built. I recall a personal experience when I decided to completely overhaul my lifestyle. It wasn't a dramatic shift, but it was a conscious decision to prioritize my health and well-being. I started small, with little changes, like eating better, exercising, and getting enough sleep. The first few weeks were hard. My old habits tugged at me, and I wanted to give up. It seemed insignificant at the time, and the results were far from immediate. But as I continued, day by day, I began to notice a shift. My energy levels improved, my mental clarity sharpened, and I found myself more at peace with who I was becoming. This is the power of small, consistent actions. We often overlook the little things, the daily habits and choices that seem so trivial in the moment. But those tiny decisions, compounded over time, have the ability to shape the person you become and the life you create. Our future is not shaped by some grand moment of success or failure, but by the sum of the choices we make each day. What you choose to do now determines where you will be tomorrow. If you want to create a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment, don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances. Start now, even if it's just a small step. The impact of those steps will ripple through your life and create the momentum necessary for transformation. Remember, the actions you take today echo in the future. What you do now becomes the foundation of your tomorrow. 5. Failure and their question. One of the most powerful quotes that has stayed with me is, "Don't be ashamed of your failures. Learn from them and begin again." This statement is a reminder that failure is not something to fear or hide from, but rather an integral part of the journey toward success. We all fail at some point, and it is not the failure itself that defines us, it is how we respond to it. I remember the first time I ventured into entrepreneurship. It was a time filled with excitement and anticipation, but reality quickly set in. Things did not go as planned. The business I had built from the ground up began to crumble. There were countless moments of self-doubt, frustration, and disappointment. But instead of letting these setbacks define me, I chose to learn. I studied my mistakes, sought out feedback from mentors, and analyzed what went wrong. I learned how to manage better, how to communicate more effectively, and how to present myself with more confidence. Those failures didn't make me a failure, they made me stronger. They became stepping stones, not obstacles. Each mistake was an opportunity to improve, to refine my skills, and to better understand what it takes to succeed. In fact, some of my greatest lessons came from the darkest moments. The key question I learned to ask myself during these times was, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to grow? This mindset shift is what allowed me to keep going and eventually achieve success. Failure is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new phase of growth. It teaches us valuable lessons that no textbook or guide can offer. Embrace failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone to the person you are meant to become. 6. Don't let others take away your inner peace. Reagan once wisely advised, "Don't let others disturb the peace of your soul." In today's fast-paced, often chaotic world, this advice is more crucial than ever. We are bombarded daily with opinions, judgments, and criticism from all corners of society, from social media to work environments to even personal relationships. It can be easy to get caught up in trying to please others or defend ourselves. But doing so often comes at the cost of our inner peace. I have had my share of moments where I let the opinions of others affect my state of mind. There were times when I took every comment, every criticism, personally, allowing it to shake my confidence and disturb my peace. The more I engaged with those thoughts, the more restless I became. But as I began to reflect and apply this wisdom, I realized that my peace wasn't something I could allow others to control. It was something I needed to protect and nurture within myself. The truth is, we cannot control the words or actions of others, but we can control how we react to them. When we let other people's words and actions dictate our emotions, we give away our power. The key is to remain centered and grounded, no matter what's happening around us. We must learn to let go of external validation and focus on what truly matters, our own peace and mental well-being. By doing so, we not only protect ourselves from unnecessary stress, but we also become better equipped to respond with clarity and wisdom when challenges arise. There will always be voices, both loud and subtle, trying to disrupt your inner calm. The question is, will you let them, or will you choose to remain anchored in your own sense of peace? The decision is yours, and it is one of the most empowering choices you can make. In conclusion, the most important lesson I've learned from Reagan's words is, life becomes easier when you remove negative people from your life. This is a powerful reminder that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can absolutely control how we respond and who we choose to surround ourselves with. We only have one life, and every day is an opportunity to grow. If you want to live a peaceful life, you must learn to confront challenges with emotional calm, confidence, and self-awareness. Live mindfully and proactively, and don't let external factors disturb your inner balance. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today on Inner Stillness. I hope that the stories and lessons shared by President Reagan will guide you toward finding peace and clarity when facing life's challenges. Please share your thoughts and your own stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you maintain your inner peace amidst life's ups and downs. Wishing you a wonderful day filled with peace, and may you always keep your soul calm and grounded.